I've got to make a decision. Okay, so no, I'm not actually deciding between my beautiful blue sweater and my Tolkien dictionary. Specifically, I actually have to decide between my dresser and my bookshelf. Actually, I have to decide between the second dresser and the third bookshelf. I guess we know where my priorities lie already. That I do use on a daily basis into easily accessible crates. They're the nice clear crates with the foldy top, so you can just pop them open and get what you need and then close them back up. And of course, see everything that's inside. I'm doing this to replace the pieces of furniture that I'm not going to take with me when I move and just make the moving process a lot easier. But now comes the decision. Which piece of furniture am I going to replace? The bookshelves or the dressers? And so I've started thinking long and hard about which piece of furniture is more important on a day-to-day basis. And so I want you to think for a moment. Which piece of furniture is more important to keep? The dresser or the bookshelf? Take your time. Think about it. Think about it. If you had to pick between your dressers or your bookshelves, which one would you keep? Now I'm going to tell you which one I picked. I'm sure it's going to come as a real shocker. Bookshelves! I surprised you, didn't I? I mean, there's no way you could have just read the title of the video and figured it out. Right. Anyway, here's a few reasons why I think a bookshelf is far more important to keep around than your dressers. Number 1, other means of storage. First of all, you probably have a closet, which means that a lot of your clothes can go in the closet. Also, in my particular situation, whichever piece of furniture I replace, I'm putting those objects into crates. So I'm either going to be putting clothes in crates or books in crates. Putting a book in a crate can actually damage it. You're either going to be putting it like this with the spine down so it's kind of flopping out, which isn't too bad, or worse, and probably more likely, you're going to put it like this with the spine up, which folds the pages and damages it. Alternatively, you could also stack them like this, but if you do that, it makes it really hard to find which books you're looking for. And in a situation where you're putting these things in clear crates so that you can access them frequently, that's just not ideal. Whereas for clothes, putting them in crates is actually pretty efficient. You can see right in there, see what you're looking for, dig around, grab it, put it in, pull it out. It doesn't damage it. In fact, clear plastic crates are actually very protective, keeping water out. You could put some mothballs in there, and voila, you have an extremely safe environment for your clothing. So yeah, when you're picking between a dresser and a bookshelf, the alternate means of storage indicate that it's safer to move your clothes into the alternate means of storage, closet and crates, than your books. So bookshelves are staying and the dressers gotta go. Number 2, that is remembering what you have. We go through our clothes and change them on a day-to-day basis, and we cycle through seasons and styles and kind of vary, but we don't tend to forget what clothes we have. Yeah, that happens, but for the most part, you pretty much remember what clothes you have and what you want to wear on a day-to-day basis. Books are totally different in this respect. If you never see your books again, you might forget the wonderful stories that you read, or the wonderful adventures you went on, or the wonderful concepts you learned, or the first time you thought, that's an interesting idea, because you never see the book again, and you may not remember it because there's nothing there to jog your memory. But if your books are lined up in a beautiful line so that every time you lean back and think about all of the wonderful things that you could be doing rather than sitting here procrastinating on this paper that's stressing you out so much and you never want to write it again, the presence of those books can jog memories of things that you've learned and experienced through the words on those pages. They can inspire you or possibly distract you. But you remember. Don't forget what you read. And number 3, bookshelves just look better. You could have a nice wall of varying colors and depths and textures. You can throw a knick-knack here or a picture there. Maybe stack some boxes in this other area to kind of break up the monotony. You can display souvenirs and jewelry and awards. Flowers, candles, collectible bookends. Books, 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 and more books. Or you could have a dresser. Flat. Wood, or worse, paint. Just kind of there. Now for all you DIYers out there and vintage crafters and all that and collectible furniture collectors, I'm not saying that dressers can't have their own appeal. I'm just saying bookshelves have an unfair advantage because of what they hold. Books. So I guess at the end of the day, it just all boils down to the fact that I would rather have my books lined up in front of me than my clothes. Because honestly, who doesn't want to read a good story? And for my question of the day, I would love to know which you think is more important, a bookshelf or a dresser. If you had to pick between the two, which one would you pick? Bye. Oh, right. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button right down there, and maybe like this video and share it on Facebook with your friends. Yeah, that'd be great. Thanks. Read a book.